Hi, collective. All right, I just want to say, for a grown-ass man to sit up here and put a goddess through a lot of things, and let me just say this, first of all, the reason why you go through what you go through is because you're not connecting with people. You're not connecting with people who are on your level. You got to connect with people who are on your level. If you don't connect with people who are not on your level, look, you're going to become heartbroken. You're going to become disappointed. Simple. So I wanted to come on here and say that, and I also wanted to do a message for the collective. I don't necessarily need to use tarot and oracle cards because I speak off of wisdom and experience. The cards can't, they only can just add to something. So this video will be uploaded to YouTube for those of you who can't stay long to watch the whole thing through, and for people who missed the beginning. Are you tired of going through the cycles in your life? Are you tired of going through the same old, same old? Stop brainwashing yourself to believe that people have... The thing is, who you are at soul level, who you are within, shows just how much of a good person you are, shows just how patient you are with people, shows just how much you believe in people. See, that's the thing. You believe in people. But you got to start believing in yourself. You got to start trusting yourself. It's as simple as that. Okay? I need to grab me a water, because every time, you know, your girl be channeling, we always become dehydrated. I honestly don't know if I even want to use tarot right now. But yeah, what baffles me is how good of a heart you have and how people see that and they still find a way to take advantage of that. They still find a way to make it seem like you're the problem. That don't make sense. So if you're in this collective and you resonate with being a good person, a paragon, having an ethereal soul, being a believer of the impossible being possible, and having faith and optimism, then you are probably the percentage of people who always gets their heart broken. Now, it's going to be up to you to decide when that comes to an end. Are you still going to try to see the good in people? Are you still going to try to go based off you trying to get back to how things used to be? It will never be back like that, because the people that you connected with, they weren't really for you. They were just trying to teach you a lesson. So if you're dealing with people who are just teaching you lessons and you still trying to have this hopeful, you're just going to disappoint yourself. So I feel like you need to get back into setting boundaries. And when I say set boundaries, a lot of you guys, this is literally no longer dealing with things that does not serve you or your highest good. It doesn't have to be, oh, I'm gonna still talk to this person, but I'm gonna keep them at like a distance. No. And for those of you who think, like, who started falling out of love with people, right? But when you're this person that's filled with love, you can't really just fall out of love with somebody. But for those of you who have just been through so much with a person that they cause you to become emotionally distressed or just really tired and drained, and it's not a choice to leave a person and to just fall out of love with them, but for so much stuff that you tried to stick around for and put up with and just deal with because you felt like maybe this person will change, etc., and that just wasn't the case. Yeah, some of you guys can have Cancerian or like some type of water essence or energy about you, but the thing is, you allowing people to mess up your aura. You know, have you ever heard somebody having a black aura? It has nothing to do with like your spiritual ranking or whatever the case may be. It has something to do with how you are currently in life, emotionally, mentally, energetically, whatever the case may be. So a lot of you guys may be the collective that has like some type of black aura because of depression, because of being stressed, because of constantly being in this never-ending cycle of being heartbroken. But You can seize this by simply connecting with people who are on your level. Stop connecting with people who are not on your level, and you won't be disappointed. Okay? It's okay if you still love people who are shitty, but don't constantly allow. It's like you're not choosing yourself. You got to let these people go because they're only detrimental to your journey, to your path, in all forms, healing wise, emotional wise, all of that. Look, death on the back of the card. Let these people go because they showed you what they needed to show you. Believe them the first time. That's what y'all, that's, maybe I'm talking to a hard-headed collective, a black aura collective, because of all the stuff that they've been going through and still is going through. Maybe some of y'all cling to people because of unhealthy attachments, but you have to know it's not doing you any good, and you're only prolonging something that's inevitable. If something has to end and you're trying to just keep it going, you're just, I'm telling you, it's going to end. So if you steady trying to keep something that's just meant to come to an ending, you're only going to disappoint yourself. It's kind of like becoming delusional, right? And I never like to use the term, of being delusional because, hey, you're just a lover. You're just a person that has optimism. But when it comes to being delusional that a person is going to change after they constantly show you that they don't have the emotional intelligence, the mental capacity, etc., what are you doing? Okay? So maybe connecting with people who can actually support you in your healing journey. Like I see a lot of things on Instagram, how there's these people that's talking about therapy or psychology or healing work or just going based off experience, and a lot of these people are paragons. A lot of people that you probably never met in your life. A lot of these people are on social media. You know what I'm saying? Some of y'all feel betrayed. You got people who betrayed you but still try to come off like they still love you and they still care. That don't make sense. That's manipulation. You're trying to keep a good person in your space, not because you actually love them. Because if you actually love them, the collective would know that, and there would be no type of complicated situationships, all this stuff. It would not be that. I don't understand how a person can hurt you and blame you for how you're reacting. All of a sudden, they're frustrated. That don't make sense. All of a sudden they mad at you, but you was the only person in their miserable life that showed them what love was. They mama didn't do it, they daddy didn't do it. It was you. A lot of you guys, this is talking about your own father, your own mother, your own siblings. A lot of you, this is talking about the people that you slept with, the people you were romantically involved with, who you gave your mind, body, and soul to. That's why you don't do that type of stuff. That's why you give all of that energy to yourself. But you wasn't taught that, right? Some of y'all grew up in religion. Some of y'all was taught God first, then everything else before you. Not you first, not this first, but something outside of you that you don't even know is true or not is first. But of course, they manipulate you as kids because kids they believe in anything. You believed in Santa Claus. You believe in a whole bunch of other stuff, okay? But it's some people, they try to get you to hold on a little bit longer. No, I'm not doing it. Some of these people, they betray you and they try to claim that they still love you and just wait. Just stay here with me and I'll change. No, honey, because you didn't have to be the one to do some selfish ass shit and say, just please stay with me. No, you wasn't the one that was betraying people talking about, but I do love you though. That's manipulative. Thank you. And it's not cool. That's why y'all be in these spaces to where you start losing yourself, to where you don't even look the same. You go look at your pictures where you look thebomb.com, and in the present moment you look like who did it and what for, honey? Simply because these energy vampires, do you ever wonder why you come into somebody's energy and they have a miserable ass life, and all of a sudden when you're around they happy but you're not happy? They're literally, I'm telling you. But see, these things, they only helped you come into the version of yourself that you're meant to come into. Because if you just didn't know any better, you just didn't know any better. A lot of times you come into who you're meant to be by your experiences, by the transformations, by the hurt, by the betrayals. Okay? You don't necessarily have to go through all of this stuff you know, again and again and again. But sometimes you just don't know any better. Sometimes you just have a huge heart. But that's what I'm saying. You got to start balancing out your wisdom with your emotions. Balancing out the mental and the emotions. You can't be 100% operating in this heart over head space when you know better. You know what I'm saying? Because your heart, think of it as that being the light energy of all things. So of course you're going to constantly forgive. Of course you're going to constantly want to work something out. Of course you're going to constantly try to move forward. But you can't do that with everybody. And the thing is, if you was connecting with people that was on your level, you wouldn't have to do any of those things. You wouldn't have to heal from them. You wouldn't have to set boundaries and break away. And you wouldn't have to do none of that. So moral of the story, connect with people who are on your level. Simple. Look, change. See, some of these people, look, they gonna keep silent. They gonna keep silent at all times. They're not gonna tell you the truth. They're not gonna reveal who they truly are because they know that you love yourself. They know that you're not settling for any of that bull crap. So they're gonna try, but in reality, they're not gonna tell you that you're in danger by being in their energy. Because guess what? You're a huge impact in their life and they never met anybody like you. Just like how you never met nobody like you, they never met nobody like you. And with who you are at a soul level, in a heart space, you be having all the optimism and the faith and the unconditional love, but you give that to the wrong people. Because look, takers have no limit. All they gonna do is keep taking. Givers, they give genuinely. It's not conditionally, it's unconditionally. So if you're dealing with people who don't know how to appreciate you, respect you, etc., they hurt you and they expect you to be in a better energy so it can be easier for them to be back in your life. Like, no. Look, it says no need to change. You're not the one that needs to change, honey. These people are the one that needs to change. What are you gonna? You already in Paragon energy. If I'm talking to the right people, because you know anybody can come in here and snoop on the collective and try to see what messages the collective getting. Cross watchers. So you chosen one energy. You good on the inside and on the outside. Like I said, there's no need for you to change. These people are trying to get you to change, because if you change, then they're more accessible to you and your energy. Hi. See, these people don't want you to live your life. These people don't want you to do what you're passionate about. Do you ever find yourself being in a space with somebody and all of a sudden you don't want to do really too much? Things that are really good for you, things that you've been putting off for too long now. You're not even doing into your hobbies or whatever the case may be. That's why you're being encouraged to trust your instincts. Okay? Especially a person with a big heart, because sometimes your heart can get in the way of your wisdom. And some people, their energy is contagious. They're around you, they're trying to prey on your mind, they're gaslighting you. Hi. And that's not cool, but they're not gonna tell you. They're gonna try to stay in your energy by any means, because guess what? They're not like you and they're selfish. I'm telling you. So for those of you who feel uncertain, who feel like this connection, this person, you just feel uncertain about them, you feel uncertain about the connection, where it's going to lead, if it's going to work out, you would never feel that way about a person who's for you. I promise you. Like, sometimes we get confused on these journeys and we forget the lessons that we've learned because we find ourselves in another, like, bumping our heads all over again. But you don't have to keep bumping your head. You already learned the lessons. Why you think you've come into these awakenings? But at times, sometimes, maybe there's still something that needs to be learned. Maybe there's still some more personal development and growth that needs to happen. But in reality, if you just stay true to yourself, you trust your instincts, your intuition, that inner compass, and you trust in your knowing, don't allow other people to project on you, trying to make it seem like, you know, especially they project on a lot of spiritual people. Like, some people who can't really fathom. If you talking to people who's not even spiritual or didn't have an awakening, you're wasting your time. They're not going to see things how you see it. They don't even believe in what the hell you're talking about. Are they going to tell you that? Nope. They're not even going to tell you that they're not right for you, because that's how selfish they are. But they love you though. Okay. Look, he or she still loves you. And I'm not reading this telling you that yes, somebody loves you, because they clearly don't. But I'm telling you what they keep trying to tell you. They keep trying to tell you that they love you, but you don't feel the love. Your instincts keep telling you that they don't. Your instincts keep telling you that they are not the one for you, whether it's parents, lovers, friends, new people, strangers. Trust in that. A lot of y'all be having a hard time with when it comes to the people that you love, because yes, you still have love for these people, but you gotta, that's what I'm saying, you gotta put you gotta start setting boundaries with yourself. You gotta start saying, self, listen, I know we a lover girl and all, I know we a lover boy and all, I know we humanitarian, but I'm gonna get myself hurt if I keep operating in this energy. I understand you want world peace, you want to be this and that, but you don't have to do a lot of things that is detrimental to your character. Thank you for the follow. So your spirit, your soul is asking you to change the way that you go about things, change the way that you do things. Like, be authentic by all means. That's amazing. But stop causing yourself to hurt, because we give ourselves karma, you know? Cause and effect. If you act in a certain, if you decide to choose to be with somebody that you know is not on your level, prepare to be disappointed. Simple as that. So you're literally giving yourself karma. Stop doing it. I don't know what you trying to see. The only reason why you think you can see this happening is because you believe that the impossible is possible. Is because you believe in psychology. Is because you believe in this and that, or whatever you learned on your spiritual journey. But sometimes you just gotta really cling to what you know and what you've been seeing this whole time. Okay? But I promise y'all, some of y'all are going, you're a gift in somebody's life. Whoever comes close to your heart, you're a gift. Whoever you fall in love with, I'm telling you, you're royalty, you're kind, and I don't mean this on the lowest levels. It's like words can't even amount to really who you are. It's the energy. It's the discipline, it's the ambition, it's who you are. And nobody could ever break you, to be honest. People may steer you in the wrong path and slow you down and cause delays. In reality, I'm not going to say they're doing this, but I'm going to say you're doing this. Because nobody has that much power over your life to where they can change your own life. So you're changing your life, but make sure you're changing it for the better. Don't constantly go where there's uncertainty. Don't constantly go where you feel like somebody don't love you, but they keep trying to tell you that they do. You need to pay attention to the actions. Stop listening to the words. Stop thinking about the history that you had with somebody. Oh, well, this my dad. Okay, what about it? Well, this my baby daddy. Okay, what about it? Who give a damn? You the only person who give a damn, because I promise you they don't care. They don't care that their baby dad. They don't care that their father. They don't care that, no. Because guess what? They're not genuine. They're pretty much lost souls. And I mean this in a way that some of these people don't have a damn soul. Maybe they could literally have a soul, but it gives soulless. You know, it gives heartless. So you need to connect with people who are the opposite. Or you're gonna, it says it's time to fight back. You constantly letting people come into your life. This your life. Put an end to it right now. Just go ahead and stop. Because the thing is, people only stay in your energy as long as you allow them to. You're the one that have the power, the control. Create the life you want to live. If you don't want to, if you tired of stressing about this one person, for you Pisces energy people, they got these deep emotions, it's very intuitive, and you just become unhealthily attached to a person, I'm gonna need you to stop. It's not good for you, mind, body, and soul wise, and it's not cute, right? Okay, You don't need to be losing your mind or anything behind a person, especially if they're not even on your level. I'm not going to say especially, because you should never be at a point where you just, that's like you not even having your power, you know? But there is a new opportunity here. I feel like you're getting a new opportunity to finally choose you this time. You know what I'm saying? To stop going back to what hurt you, to stop even connecting with new people who plan on hurting you, because now you see the signs. Like that. You didn't see that before. That's why y'all got yourself in certain situations. But now you do, and you can prevent a lot of things from happening to you in today's time. And so don't give yourself karma by not recalling the lessons that you've already learned. Some of y'all, you've learned these lessons and then you still be like, I'm gonna just fuck around and find out. You know, you gotta stop doing it though. You gotta stop. Collaborative. No need to wait. Dispute. So yeah, just connect with people who are better for you. Because for a lot of you guys who may be feeling alone in the earthly plane, I feel like this is to only teach you that you can be alone and that you're never truly alone spiritually. You may have a lot of people on this 3D plane who you have to get rid of, and some of y'all probably have a hard time doing that because you just have unhealthy attachments. But remind you, do you feel good inside when you're unhealthily attached to a person? Do you feel good inside to be so codependent on a person? No, you don't. No, you don't. So what can you do for yourself? At this time, you can focus on cutting out anything and anyone that's not healthy for you. And you can start substituting these individuals for people who are. And you don't have to do it right here, right now, like connecting with new people. But what you need to do right here, right now is disconnect from the other people. Yes, that's what you need to do. But what you don't need to do right now is try to invite other people in your life right now, because sometimes you just need to be by yourself. You've been in a world full of people your whole life, at school, in your household, all of this, in relationships. You never really had a time to where you truly got to really know who you were individually without everybody else's energy being around. You know what I'm saying? So you don't have to rush and build new connections, but allow yourself to be supported, right? Even if that's not by human beings on this plane, even if that's spiritually, even if that's you having to free yourself from certain mindsets, from certain people, from certain situations, from doing the same thing that you not seeing results, that you're not seeing results doing the same thing. You only keep on getting disappointed and telling yourself, see, this is why I should have done this, or whatever the case may be. So instead of constantly coming into an energy of, oh man, I should have did this, I should have did that, do it the first time, because you already know better. I promise you, if you met somebody like you, right? If you met somebody who was on your level, you wouldn't have to deal with uncertainty. You wouldn't have to deal with trust issues. You wouldn't have to deal with unsettling, uneasy energy. It's gonna make sense. Relationships are not hard. People make them that way. So you need to connect with people like yourself, who's not gonna make a relationship hard, who's going to be emotionally intelligent, who's going to respect your boundaries, who's going to love themselves. Therefore, they're able to love you. Therefore, they're able to give and receive love. Because some of y'all done gave your all to a person and they just stabbed you in the back. That don't make sense. But for some of y'all, you still up here putting up with it because of how good of a person you are. But sometimes you got to stop letting that interfere with your life. You can still be a good person, because that's not on you, it's in you. But you don't have to overexert, overextend, overdo, and give this energy to the wrong people, because it ain't gonna do nothing but leaving you drained. Who said that you had to come here and make everybody else's life easier and better by healing them and being kind to them? No. All they do is put you in shitty energy, make you feel insecure and all this other stuff. So don't do it no more. Look, it says it's time to fight back. Brush with criminals. So stop letting these energy vampires, these criminals, come into your life and destroy you. It's time to destroy them. And you don't even have to inflict revenge on a person or do something, you know, excuse me, in a particular way All you can do is just take back your energy, call back your power, and never let them have access to you again. Period. They're going to live a miserable life, because I promise you, as long as you're in their life, life is going to be great. But we don't want them to have a great life. We want them to get their karma. We're not going to go and slash their tires. We're not going to go and make it seem like we care so much about them more than we care about ourselves. No, if somebody hung up in your face, you didn't deserve that. If somebody cheated on you, you didn't deserve that. Somebody abused you verbally, mentally, physically, emotionally, sexually, etc. You did not deserve that. Believe them the first time and don't ever go back to that. I'm telling you right now. 9-9 on the clock. 999. See, God is about to reward you because you're doing what's best for you. As long as you continue to not do what's best for you, that's what you're creating as well. God is trying to create with you at the same time. But sometimes you can interfere with what God is trying to do for you and give to you. God not mad. Your spiritual team not mad. But damn, don't be doing that to yourself in your life, because this is your life. Only you are interfering with your own life. You're not interfering with the next person's life. If anything, you're adding to their life. You're putting value in their life. You need to do that for you. So I don't care who these people are to you. Leave them alone. It say be careful. And then I heard that Cardi B song, be careful with me. Do you know what you're doing? Whose feelings that you hurting and abusing? You gonna gain the whole world, but is it worth the girl that you're losing? Be careful with me. I'm trying to tell you, these people better be careful. They better be careful, because when you gone, you gone. Ain't no getting you back. Ain't no getting you back. And ain't no more true love coming in their life, because they fumbled. They fumbled the true love. So if you fumbling God's people, I'm hearing touch not my anointed. If you fumbling God's people, would you think you finna get some more God energy? No, you're dumb. Okay? It's not happening. It's not happening. If anything, you're gonna have to watch the collective glow up all over again without you, and connect with somebody who's better than you. So that's the revenge, honey. Cutting these people off permanently. They no longer have access to you. I promise you, you're gonna be happy about it. For those of you who are having a hard time doing this, that means somewhere in your life something is lacking, and that you may have some type of codependency issue. So what you can work on right now and focus on right now to protect yourself, mind, body, and soul, and your journey, because some of these people can destiny swap by you. You can marry somebody that you wasn't even meant to be married to, you know, because we have free will. You can get pregnant by people who you weren't even meant to be pregnant by. And some of y'all who had the miscarriages, you got to thank God for that, because these people were trying to trap you. They were trying to trick you. You ain't nobody's baby mama to no bum. You can't be a baby mama to a bum, okay? So for some of you guys who were protected from having miscarriages, know that your baby did not become lost and permanently at its death. It was just recycled. The soul is still there. So the next time you have a baby, it'll be that same soul that was supposed to get, you know, reincarnated that first time. But you just was having it with the wrong person. For those of you who still ended up having kids by a person that you weren't meant to have kids by, trust that that child may be a blessing to the world. They may be, you know, it really all depends. But I promise you, look, just do better for yourself in your life, because these people won't. They'll keep you as long as you allow them to be kept. And I hope you not that's like keeping a trash in your room. It don't serve you. It's messing up the aroma. It's ill. Like, get it out of here. Okay? Get the trash out of your life. Get the trash out of your life. Connect with people who are on your level. Connect with people who are on your level. Some of y'all got yourself so far into a pickle that now God is trying to get you out of that, but you gotta allow God to do that. God is trying to remove people. You gotta allow it to happen. Some of y'all be like, oh, I miss them, and you instantly get back into the energy. Be patient. You're not gonna miss this person forever. Okay? Give yourself a good year. Okay? You gotta be disciplined. So be silent. Don't talk to these people no more. And I don't never like telling people what to do, because I feel like, hey, if they need to do something, do it. But a lot of times we gotta be hard on ourselves instead of, you know how people be like, and I'm not gonna hold your hand on this one. They don't mean that in a way that shows, oh, I'm not gonna love you, and when I'm telling you this, I'm not. No, the love and everything is still there, but I'm not going to take it easy on you because I want you to get it through your head. Leave them alone. And then you see this name, A Little Piece, and I'm getting that song, and a little piece in your heart, that commercial. And it's funny because I seen Cindy Crawford recently, like these childhood people or commercials or whatever the case may be, but peace will not exist with these people. So do you want to live a life that's filled with a battlefield and challenges from trials and tribulations that you constantly putting yourself through from your own free will, or are you going to finally surrender and know that you deserve better and you want better? Some of you guys genuinely want better. It's just your heart. It's just your heart. And the thing is, I don't even want to put it on your heart, because sometimes you just don't have boundaries. That's what it is. Sometimes you can still be this loving person, this empath, this psychic, this very sensitive, deep emotion person, but you can still be mindful of who you tend to. You wonder why some of you guys get these STDs, or it seems like people drive you insane, or whatever the case may be. But I promise you, like, when I was looking at these emotionally intelligent men, like, I never seen this in my life. I seen them on social media literally sitting up here talking as if they were a woman, talking about what a woman goes through, what a woman needs, how a woman is operating because she doesn't feel loved or cared for because she was hurt. I was like flabbergasted. It was so touching to see, because you grow up without these things around you. You become romantically involved without these type of people. So when I actually seen emotionally intelligent men like Derek Jackson or something like that, I can't really think of his name, Yada Awakening, or like all these people, I never heard a man in any form talk like how they were talking. I didn't even know it existed, honey, until I seen it. So for those of you who are no longer believing in love and feeling like the person who's very shitty to you, like, oh, well, maybe we'll get through these challenges and then everything will be better. No, you don't deserve that. You didn't deserve to get put through any challenge, because guess what? You weren't putting anybody through any challenges. You know what I'm saying? You weren't out here cheating on people or doing all these things, initiating things. And when you felt safe and that you could trust this person, and they were 100, they were with you, you gave them your all. You wasn't entertaining people. See, you deserve to be with somebody who deserves to be with you. All these people that y'all having a hard time letting go of, or you feeling uncertain about, they don't deserve you. They don't deserve to be in your life no more. You wonder why it's a challenge when it comes to, you know what I'm saying, dealing with these people. Some of these people want you to cooperate. They want you to be a good partner. They want you to make things easier for them after they done messed up. All because of the intimacy and the bond. Fuck the bond. Ain't no, because of course they'll be able to bond with you. Of course they'll be able to have some type of passion. Who wouldn't? You're a dime. Like, you're a gem. You're a diamond. Who wouldn't want that? It's not flattering for a person to be selfish and jealous and want you in their space when they're not treating you well. It's not flattering. See, it's flattering to have somebody that's of duty, of security, of protection. Somebody who's observant, who's grounded, who knows what love is, who's intelligent, especially emotionally. That's important for your inner child and your adult self. And you deserve that, because you didn't have that as a father figure, and you didn't have that in your romantic relationships. So you deserve that. That actually exists. See, I used to think that it was so rare to come across energy like that, but it's not. So just make sure you're in a certain energy to where you're ready to receive this. A lot of you guys are not ready to receive this because you're still capable of going back to what hurt you. You're still able to settle for less. You know what I'm saying? Look, illusion. It's an illusion. It's not as challenging as you think. You're making it challenging. Like for some of y'all who like, oh my gosh, I just don't know why we can't get it together. I just don't know why we can't be happy. Yeah, you do. They hurt you and you're not fully healed. And they don't know how to give you reassurance after hurting you. But that's not challenging. You're making it challenging by not walking away because that's what you're meant to do. When somebody shows you who they are the first time and they hurt you mentally, emotionally, spiritually, all that, you was vulnerable with these people, you were good to these people, and that's how they do you, you gotta dip. You gotta dip. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. And the more that you stay in these people, the more that you're just gonna be falling for the illusions. I'm telling you. But your soul, your mind, your body can never be, it's not gonna sit right with you. Something is always gonna feel off, especially if you had an awakening. Some of y'all need to be cleansing your space, your energy, whether it's spiritual baths, whether it's when you're cleaning your house. You know what I'm saying? They got certain things that talk about, oh yeah, sweep this way so the negative energy can do this and that. If that's what you believe in, get into it. If you don't believe in that, then create something that you feel, you know, because you don't have to go based off what everybody else doing, because we do create our reality based on our own beliefs, you know, thoughts, actions. So you don't have to go based off what already exists to other people. You can create your own traditions. You create, you know what I'm saying? You, God is within you and all around. Just make sure you send your intentions. But yeah, y'all don't deserve that, man. Y'all deserve goodness. Y'all deserve unconditional love. Right when you start doing what's best for you, then here they come. People try to come in, love bomb you, try to make it seem like they really care about you. Any little thing to try to reel you back in, but that's the thing. That's how you can know these people are not good for you, because what selfish prick would do that? But see, we ain't playing with nobody no more. We not playing with nobody no more. See, that crown chakra is activated. You can never go back to being blind once you have an awakening. So don't feel like, oh my gosh, something is not working out for me, but no, that's just God illuminating the truth to you. Once again, relationships aren't hard. People make them that way. So if you find yourself to be in a conflicting, uncertain kind of dynamic, it's not for you. Have you ever found yourself to be in a relationship? You know how it always starts off good in the beginning? That's because of you. And that's because you not paying attention to the red flags, because I guarantee you they had a red flag. At least 1,000. Okay? Look, surrender on the back. Let go, let God, period. Maybe then tomorrow you may wake up and be in the energy of, yeah, I'm good on this person. And then the next day you may be like, oh, I miss them. Maybe this is not what the message is trying to tell me. Maybe I am supposed to work it out with this person. No, honey. See, you will never have to work something out with a person that's for you, because it will never be broken. It will never be messed up. It will never be hindered. Simple. That's not too good to be true, because you can see clear as day that people like you are in this plane. Because if somebody like you exists, trust me, there's others. And I don't mean it like, oh, everybody's unique, but I mean like if you have ethereal energy, trust that it's people out here with ethereal energy. You just got to be accessible to receiving that. And I feel like this time around, y'all accessible. y'all let these people play with y'all once, twice, and 3 times. Don't let it be a 4th. Okay? 1, 2, 3. You ain't learned by then? Don't let it be a 4th. Look, they hungry for you. But you gotta be hungrier to want better for yourself. To do better for yourself. These people are not better for you. People who are on your level, that's another story. But not these low-level dusty bums, okay? Leave them alone. Leave them alone. Don't spread your business. Don't speak your business. Don't try to come off like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do better without you. Just show them. You don't gotta say nothing. You don't have to give them closure. And you damn sure don't need no closure. They showed you everything they needed to show you. You don't need to give them that one last call. No. But you just gotta be determined. You gotta be determined. Okay? Anything that's negative is false. So don't allow your mind to play tricks on you. A lot of times you only operating from a space of unhealed trauma, childhood wounds. That's why some of y'all holding on to these people that ain't shit. Whether they mommy, daddy, sister, brother, cousin, uncle, baby daddy, girlfriend, whatever it is. So let them go. That's what this message is all about. Focusing on personal growth and development as you shift into the most idle version of yourself and attract what's meant to be in your life. If you out here stressing, depressed, in complicated situations, unhealthy connections, having unhealthy attachments, that's not the life you're supposed to be living. It's supposed to be filled with inner peace. Therefore, whatever is on the inside is gonna reflect on your outside world. So right now, you gotta get centered back into you, so everything can be back better. You know, put the pieces back together. Thank you for the follow. Yep, it's time to get to moving. And you got to know that you're strong enough to move forward. You got to know that you are. Sometimes, once again, you may fall victim into this energy of missing somebody and wanting to go back and feeling like, oh, well, it'll be easier if I'm connected to them because maybe they providing for me financially or maybe they make things easier for me emotionally. But at the end of the day, this is not serving you in any type of way. And since it's not safe to be in these people's energy, you're going to have to face the repercussions sooner or later. Becoming detached and in an unhealthy energy with a person who you can't even rely on mentally, emotionally, spiritually, financially, etc. It's like you literally setting yourself up to go through some shit. All because you try to remain optimistic. And no, honey. It's fine to have optimism. It's fine to be loving. But when are you going to finally realize that it's not getting you nowhere to keep doing it with the wrong people? You got to let these people, see, they were placed in this earth to teach us things, but they also were placed here so they can do better. Nobody was meant you weren't meant to become somebody's psychologist and somebody's therapist and somebody's God and somebody's healer. And no. Thank you. The name Nicole could be significant. Look, fear. Stop holding on to fear. That's the thing. That's what I'm saying. The only reason why you still connected to the people that you connected with that you know is not good for you is because of fear. Fear of maybe I will never come into connection with a soulmate. Maybe I'm scared to do things on my own. Maybe I'm scared that things won't work out for me. No, honey. I told you, anything that's negative is false. You gotta acknowledge your fears and you gotta handle it accordingly. Because a lot of those things are illusions, but it's not an illusion to know that the people that you're literally sleeping with the enemy, that you're literally giving up your power and your energy to a sort, like, I'm telling you, something that's literally sucking the life force out of you. 111. So yeah, it's okay to have fear. It's okay to have fear. See, the butterflies may come, the paranoia may arise, but thing is the strength of you pushing through it every time. Fear doesn't mean that you're weak. You know what I'm saying? It's okay to feel fearful. It's okay to feel sad, but work through those things. You don't have to settle or sacrifice yourself because you don't want to be alone. You don't have to sacrifice yourself because you feel like this person is the only person that ever made you feel seen or given you love. That's simply because you've always received the bare minimum in your life. So whenever somebody else comes in and still gives the fucking bare minimum, it kind of makes you feel a little bit more hopeful. Or maybe this person makes you feel like you want to live, or all these things. And that just shows the lack of self-love and appreciation of self. For a low-level demon to come in and make you feel some type of way, that shows just how much you need to focus on self-care. And some things takes time. You've been affected since a child, and how old are you now? That's been decades ago for a lot of you. So sometimes you just gotta, you know, challenge your limits and don't limit your challenges. That's a quote by Jerry Dunn. Just keep pushing forward. You got this. Stop going to what hurt you. They're never gonna change because they weren't placed here to change for you.
You want to call water, Lily?
No. So just be aware. Be aware of the fear. Be aware of the sadness. Be aware of the anger. Just be conscious of these things, because when you acknowledge them and when you're conscious of them, they won't affect you anymore. They won't have a huge effect on you anymore. And then you'll be able to work through it and figure out techniques that can help. All right. But yeah, we got death here. You're experiencing a death and rebirth. You're no longer the person who you used to be. You no longer think the same way that you used to think. So for those of you who are trying to constantly think how you used to think, it's not going to work. For those of you who are constantly trying to unsee things that it's not going to work. So this is the time to let go and release anything that does not serve you. Anything that's trying to tie you to your past self, because that's self-sabotage. You got a goal that you're trying to reach, and you're not going to reach it by constantly being in people energy who are crabs in a bucket, who are energy vampires, who are trying to say, I love you, but they don't give that, you know? So it's time for you to bring attention and awareness to this and realize, wait, this is not love. Wait, this is a one-sided connection. Wait, this is bare minimum. Wait, you know? You can't tell me you're not aware, because you're an intelligent person and you went through a lot of things in your life to where you just have no choice but to be aware. So stop fighting it. Become one with it and start indulging in things that can help you bring you closer to your goals. It's not these people. They're only hindering you. Ciao. Sometimes you just gotta be grateful for who you are and how many times God continued to show up in your life, even when you was getting discouraged. But remember, you have free will. So stop doing the same things that you always used to do. You always forgiving a person and letting them back in. Or some of y'all, you always not forgiving somebody and carrying resentment throughout your whole life. Just stop doing it. Stop doing whatever is detrimental to your mind, body, and soul and your character. Attract emotionally intelligent people. People who are secure within themselves, so they won't become jealous of you or try to dim your light or whatever the case may be. Stay hydrated. Focus on self-care, personal development, and growth. Because you are a good person. You are a good partner. You are important to the world. You deserve to have an intimate connection where you can really bond, with people and show your true self. You don't deserve to keep crying over the same things and demanding that people treat you with respect. See, you don't have to demand respect from people who are going to respect you. You don't have to cry your eyes out continuously to a person that's never gonna hurt you. You know, doesn't that feel good? Isn't that like a good thought? Like, stop being reluctant to like certain things. This says some of you guys are literally suffering because it's like a puppet on a string. You gotta break out of this energy. See, a lot of people is having a lot of power over you. That's why some of you guys aren't dreaming. That's why some of you guys are having nightmares. Like, a lot of things has started becoming corrupted in your mind, body, and soul because of the people that you're keeping around and the constant hurt that they're putting you through in these cycles. Some people are really trying to control the narrative and things that are going on in your life. And these are the last people that you want to do that, you know. So it's good to have this, it's good to have your own mind. It's good to provide for yourself, because you give somebody the power to feed you, it's like giving them the power to starve you. So you want to make sure that you're taking matters into your own hand, that you're in control of your own life. Then you won't have to worry about things going bad and things going south. Then you won't have to worry about relying or depending on people who's quite unreliable. And people who always, especially if they're in narcissistic energy, people who only want to do these things just so you can pay them back or just so they can rub it in your face and take it away. You don't deserve that. So it's like sometime in your life you gotta want to do better for yourself, you know. Because I promise you, mind, body, and soul, you're not okay with certain relationships. You're not okay with how certain things are going. And at this point, you're a professional because of how much hurt, you know what I'm saying, how much things that you've experienced and went through. You're literally experienced to operate as like a motivational or inspirational speaker or some type of coach or something. And a lot of you guys are very talented as well. So I need you to tend to your inner child. A lot of you guys have been bullied. A lot of you guys have been crying your eyes out, and you've just been trying to pray, and you know, but I feel like it's time to realize who you are and to not let anybody else take away from you anymore. This is the last time. The Mercury retrograde is almost over. This is the last time. Okay? There go that 007 number again. So yeah, a lot of things, it's just a trap. Okay? Especially some of you guys who look at the world from a childlike sense, like, like very innocent, very pure. No, babe, that's not the world. That's you and your energy, and maybe a few other people who has that powerful, amazing energy, but that's not the entire world itself. The entire world itself is I'm telling you, it's like walking in a lion's den. That's why you hear that saying, oh, the world will chew you up and spit you out. So you got to make sure you're stable within. Okay, water your personal garden. Do the inner child work. Because you didn't have people around you at a young age giving you, you know, like being there for you in all forms, especially emotionally. Some people like, oh, stop crying, and you a child. Yes, 919. 717, 68, 71. Angel number 1. Yep. But I promise you, all the things that you experienced and that you were going through was not for no reason. It wasn't just accidental. A lot of things could possibly pertain to fate, destiny, especially so you can come into the energy that you're meant to come into. But a lot of times you don't have to go through certain stuff. You just putting yourself through that. So stop seeing the world in this childlike sense where you see everything in an innocent spectrum or whatever the case may be, because that's really going to get you hurt. Okay? You know better because you're the Queen of Swords. You went through a lot of trials and tribulations to the point to where this has helped you become very, very discerning. You know what I'm saying? So that's why y'all being encouraged to trust your instincts, especially over your emotions, because your emotions may be telling you, oh, give them a chance, or maybe they'll do better. And maybe that's just an aspect of you that needs to heal as well. But anyways, a lot of you guys have been pushed into independence. A lot of you guys have been pushed into this energy of, like, all the things that you went through has just built you into this person that's very discerning. Like, you just know better. Like, you've learned a lot of lessons and you've rised into this Queen of Swords energy. It's nothing to take lightly. You've been dealing with a lot. You've been having internal conflict, external conflict. And the thing is, the main reason why people have any type of conflict with you is because of how you operate and how your mind is and the things that you see. And people can't really get over on you. So some of these people are jealous of that. Some of these people do hate that you can see straight through them. That's why they always try to convince you that you're wrong about them. You're not wrong about them because that's what they're showing you. If anything, you try to give people the benefit of the doubt, but you can only go based off what they continue to show you. So that's what you need to go based off of. Stop trying to create things that aren't there. Like this love that they supposedly have. Nope. Go based off of what they're showing you, which is not love. It's time to be happy again. You know? You're welcome. Yep, it's time to make major choices in your life. See, some of y'all that messed around and found out you was operating from a hormonal level. You was operating from a level of I'm just gonna go after my passions. And some of y'all bumped your head. Some of y'all, this has left you wounded. But the thing is, this has helped you start loving yourself. This has helped you intuitively. This has helped shape you into the version of you that you need to be. Scorpio energy. See, some of you guys, things are starting to be more clearer to you because it's starting to become illuminated. There's still some things that you may not quite see. But see, a lot of you guys don't need the receipts a lot of the times. A lot of you guys don't need the proof. A lot of you guys don't need to bump your head to know that something is just not for you. So a lot of you guys were dealing with secrets, illusions, things that were mysterious. Maybe you're a mysterious person. Subconscious energy is here and intuition is here. So trust in your intuition. Even when it comes to not having the proof, because I promise you, you don't need the proof. Trust your instincts. Yep, you're on a new beginning. Wow. This is going to be very important too, and a very important time of your life. As every part of your journey is, but this is like a literal new beginning, a new chapter. So create it the way that you want and make sure it's successful. And successful is not being the wealthiest person on the plane, but it's literally living a life that's true to you and that resonates with you. A lot of you guys, that does not involve toxic people. People who you constantly gotta wait to be in a better energy for you. What you look like? The opposite of a queen? The opposite of a king? You know, we're not doing it. See, this is the year of growth. Okay? Putting all that ego and pride and no. See, it's fine to love yourself and to feel very grand about yourself, because why not? Your mind is you have a refined intellect, very beautiful inside and out. By all means, you don't need to be humble, but we're not going to be dealing with people who have this narcissism energy, this ego, this pride, who literally who's not growing. We're not doing it. That's why y'all be getting messages through your dreams, or when you hear other people talk. That's why you be encouraged to just listen, because they gonna tell on themselves every time. You ain't gotta say Nathan. Look, I'm telling you, your spirit guides be speaking to you, and the power that you have. Look, alchemy. Yeah. See, now the divine, your spiritual team, they're helping you come into union with your person. See, a lot of you guys was dealing with false twin flames, false soulmates. Now God is like, okay, now you seeing clearly, because some of y'all wasn't seeing clearly. Some of y'all was mistaken true love, partnerships, etc. for toxic karmics. Now that you're realizing that these people does not serve you and they don't deserve to be in your life and to reap your benefits, because as long as somebody is connected to you, they're gonna be happy, blessed, protected. But these, no, ain't nobody finna leech off of you, and you know what I'm saying? Like, no. No, especially these people who hurt you and are the reason why you even, you know what I'm saying? Like, but no. Some of y'all was literally thinking these little dusty bums was your partner, your life partner. No, honey. Nobody as disgusting as these beings would ever amount to being able to be a divine counterpart of yours. Ever. Stop allowing them to brainwash you, because half of them are telling you, yeah, I do love you, and they're not showing it. Half of them are telling you, you know, we're soulmates, and they're gaslighting you. Why would you do that? Thank you, honey. So you can get back into who you were always meant to be. You just gotta deprogram to reprogram. You gotta do the inner child healing, because a lot of times you only dealing with and putting up with things that doesn't serve you or your highest good because you've been abandoned, because you've been shamed, because you're feeling guilty, because of a whole lot of things, which can lead to self-sabotage. So healing is very important, and it's very rewarding too. Okay, just find out what's best for you. A lot of people, they probably have a hard time meditating, so they try other forms of meditating, you know. So just do what works for you, but don't ever become stagnant. And it's also okay to take breaks, but don't ever become stagnant. All right, so focus on self-care. Focus on self-care and reuniting with who you truly are. Not what society has tried to mold you into, or your guardians who were misled themselves tried to mold you into, but into this version of you who's not fearful anymore, who doesn't have limitations. Okay? Love your shadow self. It's time to get back into control of your life. It's time to step outside of your comfort zone. It's time to stop avoiding certain things. It's time to activate your higher self. Some of you guys are literally activating your higher self. Some of you guys are closed off, guarded, or just resistant to certain things. That's a sign of protection, because why? You know how the brain naturally be trying to protect itself, so it does certain things. Like your mind, body, and soul literally uses protective mechanisms. Gnats are significant. Literally uses protective mechanisms. So when you feel like you're resistant to a person, you're guarded towards a person, you're closed off to a person, especially people that you love, and it's kind of challenging because you want to be in the opposite energy, don't go against your body, mind, and soul for a low-level demon. Your body is literally trying to save you, okay, from a storm, from something that you may feel is unexpected because you have a history with a person, or because you haven't healed from something in your past, or whatever the case may be. Sometimes your thoughts may even cause you to do certain things that you wouldn't do if you were more healed, okay? So plant certain seeds, focus on self-worth and the clarity that you've seen, because I promise you, subconsciously, it's all happening anyway. All of your experiences, all the hurt, etc., whether you consciously realize it, like, know that everything is happening subconsciously. That's why the spiritual gifts are a thing. You wonder why you get acne. You wonder why you feel kind of off when you're around people. That's because all the things that you know, because you know all things, I'm telling you. But it's just when you operating from a certain vibration and your conscious is like on a whole different spectrum than your subconscious, sometimes you just, so you have to trust in that inner compass that's trying to navigate you through life. It's trying to tell you, get out of your comfort zone. It's trying to tell you, cut this person off. It's trying to tell you, hey, your spiritual team is sending you messages. It's trying to tell you, hey, wake up, because you're at the finish line. But you have the means to go backwards. It all depends on you and your free will. So you got to stop self-sabotaging on your journey. The things that you don't want to see or hear, self-sabotage. Some people don't want to see or hear that a person is not for them because they still want to connect with them. And because they want to create some type of false truth, which is just basically being in denial. A lot of you guys are really just living in your truth and expressing yourselves. So if this is going to get you canceled, yelled at, disrespected, neglected, shunned, these people were never meant to be in your life to begin with. And that's just what God is trying to show you. Anytime you love somebody and you try to put your best foot forward and they don't appreciate it and they still show you time after time that they're sabotaging you in your life, sometimes you just gotta wake up and realize that a person is not for you, and to take those rose sabotaging you in your life. Sometimes you just gotta wake up and realize that a person is not for you, and to take those rose-colored glasses off. Because is this your idol partner? Is this your idol life? You know what I'm saying? Is this person manipulating you? Half the time, yes, they are. So you gotta live in your truth. You can't be living in everybody else's truth. You got to live in your truth, because as soon as you start stepping outside of your own truth and start trying to compromise and all this stuff, you're not living in your authenticity. You're not doing what you would truly do if you were in alignment with yourself. So know that these people, they don't amount to anything. They're literally not on your level. Imagine sacrificing your whole entire life for a person that's not on your level and never will be. Catch it, okay? I'm trying to tell you. People who were just doomed to repeat the same patterns and lessons. See, you just gotta leave these people behind. Make that decision, honey. Some of y'all already made the decision, but some of y'all need to decide, how do I want my life? How do I see myself in the next year, in the next 5 years? Stop holding on to people that don't deserve you. Because you ain't doing nothing but keeping yourself in a storm. So guard yourself, protect yourself. Now, this doesn't mean you don't have to be vulnerable. You don't have to show your true self. But set boundaries with protect your heart, guard your heart, protect your aura. And you can do that as simple as just healing from the things that you still haven't healed from, and not allowing anybody else with red flags to come into your life. Because anybody with red flags, they don't deserve you. Okay? They don't deserve you. Anybody that is not a divine masculine or a divine feminine does not deserve you. Because you're a divine. You're literally in divine energy. If they are not in divine energy, they don't deserve you. Simple. Stop trying to make it fit. Stop trying to compromise and, oh, well, maybe we just gonna be that couple that went through a rough patch and got through it. No. They're not divine. That's weird. That's like a person of royalty messing with a peasant. And hear me when I say this. It's not about, oh, well, they're not on your level in a certain aspect because of, no, I mean energetically, mentally, emotionally. That's like you being emotionally intelligent while dealing with somebody who's emotionally immature. That don't make sense. That's like having high self-esteem and dealing with a person with low self-esteem. That don't make sense. You know what I'm saying? It don't make sense. That's like being in your north node and tending to somebody that's in their south node. It don't make sense. That's self-sabotage. That's settling. Stop doing it. Thank you for the follow. That's toxic. That's trauma bonding. That's patterns. Stop doing it. That's like, yeah, look, we got detachment here. You got to detach, honey. You got to detach. You got to be so cold with it that you don't give nobody closure. Because guess what? Why would a person that hurt a good person need closure? You don't know what you did? That don't make sense. So this is a time to come into renewal with yourself. To get that spark back within self. Thank you for the follow. See, you rejected parts of yourself. You lost parts of yourself. Certain things were just fragmented, right? So allow yourself to grieve. Allow yourself to be alone. And sometimes you will feel alone. But in reality, you're truly not. I promise you. You're really not. And sometimes you just need to be alone. Hell, you've never been alone in your life. So in reality, that's really, really good. Because then you will find out how amazing you are. How brilliant you are. You know what I'm saying? See, when you in your own space, you can't hide anything from yourself. You don't dim your light, you know? So you won't have to worry about that. And the more you do that, the more you will love yourself, respect yourself, value yourself. And value people who are like you. People who are also in that type of energy, you know, who actually is important to the world and good for the world. Thank you. I appreciate it. So yeah, you're on a path of fulfillment. after experiencing a path of deception and betrayal and etc. But now that you're putting yourself first and choosing you, you're in a path of fulfillment. You're in a path of joy. And I don't mean, you know how they say, oh, sometimes these emotions can change. Happy can turn into sadness or whatever. But no, when I say happiness, I mean bliss. Okay? I mean ecstatic. I mean overjoyed. It's going to be hard to get out of these energies. So that just simply means, because now a lot of things has been illuminated to you. So now you're determined to want better and do better for you in your life. Therefore, you won't have anybody in your journey that's self-sabotaging or that's sabotaging, because you're done self-sabotaging. Period. You're in that masculine energy to where you're protecting yourself. Like how you tried to have other people protect you. You're being that divine masculine for yourself. And that's good. Because once again, you give somebody the power to feed you, you're giving them the power to starve you. So it's good to take these matters into your own hands. You can't rely on a person who's unreliable. You can't depend on a person who is not dependable. You can't trust a person who's a deceiver. They already showed you what you needed to be shown. The only reason why you still putting up or dealing with it is because of the lessons that you still probably need to learn. But in reality, you don't need to learn anything else because you know better now. So what is it that you're doing that's causing you, if you know, so maybe that means you're just confused about something, right? Because if you don't need to bump your head to figure things out, if you can see a red flag from a mile away, you know what I'm saying, deception from a mile away, even if somebody tries to have on a false mask, that means you're pretty much up there when it comes to discernment and everything else. So if you're constantly feeling like confused or something, then maybe it's just something that needs to be healed. It's not necessarily something that you need to keep on experiencing, but maybe it's just something that you need to heal. So instead of constantly giving these people the time of day and your energy that they don't deserve, because they're only taking away from your own happiness, just break away. They're only deceivers. A lot of you could be earth signs, or you were dealing with a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. I love that. See, we were taught to hold on to family. We were taught to hold on to marriages. And I promise you, the only people who told you to do that was the deceivers. No, don't leave your marriage. Don't da-da-da. Like, come on now. Why is everything having a restriction? Why is everything being looked at as, oh, you're doing this wrong, especially if you're doing what's best for you? That don't make sense. You got people that's wanting to come in and apologize, people who wanted your forgiveness, but in reality, are they really apologetic if they keep doing the same damn thing? They're not apologetic, honey. They want to hurt you in the first place if they were. So now it's time for you to celebrate, because you're not in the same place that you used to be. You don't have the same mentality that you used to have. You don't allow people to play with you or your energy like you used to. And it wasn't on purpose. You just didn't know any better. You was just this kind-hearted person who was just giving, who wasn't taught how to appropriately love yourself or whatever the case may be. Yeah. So now, instead of operating in a space and in a world where people are teaching you how to live how they want you to, you're now living how you need to and how you want to, what resonates for you. And it may be uncomfortable because you always were taught that there's a certain way of doing something, you know, the traditions, but you can create your own traditions. That's what they didn't tell you. Just like how they created their own traditions. And look, we got Psalms 91 coming in here. I ain't saying you can't take certain messages from certain things, because that's what they do. They take messages from the greats, from the prophets, and they try to turn it into their own thing. You know what I'm saying? They try to leech off of the greats and the divine, and they try to use you, and they try to keep you trapped because they don't want nobody else to have you. But your spiritual guides, they've always been assisting you every step of the way. Yeah. See, you're supposed to be free. You're not supposed to be tying yourself down to one person, especially if they are not for you. Now that's when the saying "there's plenty of fish in the sea" comes in. I felt like a fish out of water. Period. That's what be happening, because they're energy vampires and they're narcissists and they're gaslighters and they're manipulators and they're liars and they're deceivers. And you're the opposite of that. So of course, that's why it felt like that. And see, now you're coming into a space where you're loving yourself and you're getting your energy back and your light back, and you're coming into having like a golden aura from a black aura. Everything is getting better. Now you're able to move forward, and I promise you there's better on the outside of those gates. You freed yourself, and it's better on the outside of those gates. See, you had fears and limitations when you were in these certain careers or certain contracts or certain commitments. But now that you know you're not committed to anyone but yourself, you weren't made to be committed to anyone except for yourself. But that's not what they told you. So until you make this commitment with self, you'll probably constantly be attracting people who are not for you. And if you don't learn the lessons, then you will probably allow them to be in your life. Yeah, we didn't know what a lot of things was. See, I always told myself that I never knew what it really was to heal. You know, we weren't taught any of those things. But for some reason, we were taught about sexual relations. For some reason, we were taught about this, and that, because the people who are preaching these things onto your mind are the very people who are deceivers, liars, manipulators, abusers. How is it that you're taught about something so sacred, your body, but you're not taught about how to heal yourself and how to love yourself first? It don't make sense. So the message of love is happiness. The message of forgiveness, the message of freedom, and the message of love is happiness. And happiness would not be limiting yourself in fearful energy, constantly dealing with people who gotta apologize to you. Like, when have you ever had to apologize to a person for hurting them? You never initiated any type of deceiving energy. You always had good intentions, pure energy. So it just don't make sense. Exactly. So you gotta let people get their karma. That's just what people deserve to receive. Karma. Something about a crystal ball could be significant, or mirror work. There go fears coming out again. Maybe some of you guys fear karma as well. But if you're naturally a good person with pure intentions, karma is always on your side. That's the part where it comes in about dharma, or like good karma. You will never ever have to worry about receiving any type of bad karma unless you give yourself the bad karma by simply making certain choices that literally don't align with you. Like connecting with people who are not good for you. You're going to get karma for that. Because if you're connecting with somebody who's not good for you, they're going to be bad to you. And that's going to be a form of karma, because that's not a good thing, right? Being treated badly, unfairly, horribly, that don't feel good, you know? But with your own free will, by letting these people get close to you in your heart, that's just what you created for yourself. You don't have to blame yourself. It's just if you knew better, you would have done better, right? But now we can't use that excuse of we don't know any better, because y'all are coming out as the Queen of Swords, meaning you know a lot. You're very intelligent. And based on your experiences, you have hella wisdom. So now you won't have to bump your head again in life because you know better. Some of these people physically inflicted pain upon you, or something about physical pain. See, these fears, they're only keeping you trapped because message of freedom came out in the reverse. So you're not free when fears is surrounding you. So you have to work through your fears. And if anybody is striking fear in your heart, then they're not for you. If they're making you fearful of continuing life with them, fearful of your safety, fearful in any type of way, they're not for you. It's keeping you in an energy that's not allowing you to be free. So maybe forgiveness can help, because maybe a lot of you guys have fear of being hurt, being betrayed, being lied to, being anything because of what you've already endured in your life. So you have to heal from it. Just because it happened to you before, it doesn't mean it's going to happen again. And for a lot of you guys, you're not going to allow yourself to go through the same things that you went through because you know better now. So it's just not going to happen. So don't allow yourself, your mind to play tricks on you, or, you know, whatever the case may be. Hell, fear can also be a form of karma that you're giving yourself. You just got to free yourself from fear for sure. Like, that's not a good feeling at all. Somebody could be 40, 38, 16, 20, or in their 20s, or in their 40s. Number 9 is significant, which ties to completion. So and this is the year of completion, the year of the snake, the Chinese zodiac. Because 2025, 5 plus, 2 and 2, that's 9. We just talked about angel number 99 or 999 earlier. Thank you guys for the likes and the gifts and the follows. If you're just not coming in, this is a collective. Yep, see? Happiness. So you will become in this, you will find happiness. You will be in this energy. But the thing is, it's not outside of you. It's something that's within. So you have to like get into inner peace, self-care, or like stuff like that. People cannot make you happy. So that relationship that you waiting on, no. Okay? They can make you feel safe and feel loved, which is very healthy. That's going to come. But first, you need to already be happy within. Okay? You need to build yourself back up. Right now, for a lot of you guys, romance may not be important, but just living your life and being free and being happy is what's important right now. Yep, message of peace. So the main thing that you should probably want, like your goal in life, should be peace, should be happiness. So in order to get there, stop giving yourself karma by doing things that you know just does not sit right with you. Some of y'all be knowing, I don't know if I can trust this person, but your heart probably like, please, I want to be in a relationship, or whatever the case may be. No. So work on forgiveness. Work on freeing yourself that's keeping you restricted or limited. That means from certain contracts, from certain careers, from certain commitments that really shouldn't even be a commitment. You being committed to the wrong things. Got to be committed to yourself this time. Okay, if you got to apologize to yourself, if you got to apologize to your inner child for the people who didn't protect you like you were supposed to be protected when you were a kid, or whatever the case may be, you got to do all those things. That's why I said this main message is about personal growth and development. It's a time of healing. It's a time of coming into true happiness. And you can't become in this energy by people, possessions. You have to be literally, it has to be internal. And the only way that you can get there is by healing from the things that has affected you as a child and an adult. So you got to free yourself. You got to free yourself from people. You got to free yourself from everything that I just talked about. You got to free yourself. And for the people who didn't apologize to you, it's not their place to apologize to you because they mean exactly what they did to you. The apology will only be as fake as them. So instead, you can give yourself closure. Stop trying to give people closure. That don't make sense. You the one that hurt and you trying to give them closure for why you're not talking to them no more? No, we're not doing that. Thank you for the follow and the likes. So yeah, some of you guys are free and some of you guys are on a path of freedom. Some of you guys are entering happiness and some of you guys are already there. Isn't that a good feeling? Hell, you've been depressed damn near your whole life. This wasn't something that was very small. It was challenging. The down times, the sad times. And for you to make it, you should be celebrating. That's why Celebrate keep coming out. You're a gifted person. You deserve to be celebrated and you deserve to celebrate every single thing that has been going on in your life that was for the better. You not being in a certain energy that you used to be in. You no longer dealing with certain people who you felt like you couldn't let go of. Like the queen said about her husband. I'm sure that was somebody who she couldn't fathom letting go of. So some of you guys did the unthinkable. Some of y'all did the impossible. Some of y'all did like a lot of things that takes really self-love and care and wanting better for yourself and knowing that you deserve better, you know? Thank you. So yeah, and know that you don't have to really do a lot of things alone. You know, like I said, like people like myself who come on here and talk about things, or you have people who speak their experiences and they help you already tap into the things that you already know. Because I'm only telling you what you already know and what you already, you know what I'm saying? I'm the messenger here, but I'm only talking about things that really, you can only interpret these messages in the way that it exists to you. So I'm not telling you something that's, you already know a lot of these things. You just needed to be reminded. It just needs to be brought up to the forefront. Or some of you guys just need to get back, you know, motivated. Like, oh yeah, I know exactly who the hell I am. I've been playing with myself. I've been sleeping on myself. I've been da-da-da. I've been letting people slide. I've been da-da-da, you know? So yeah, we don't have to get revenge back on these people. Karma is coming. And she's already made herself known in a few people's lives. Really in everybody's life. That's the thing. Like, you would think that people don't be getting their karma because they seem like they doing good in life or whatever the case may be. But in reality, they most definitely getting hella karma. And it don't just stop there. It's going to continue. So why be in a space with a person who getting karma, babe? Why go back to where hurt you? Why try to heal from something while being in a space where you're surrounded with, it's like going back to an ex that hurt you and trying to heal by being in their space. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna work. So yeah, that's the spiritual message. Is just free yourself from the burden of tears and the regrets and all these things. Like, keep yourself from getting back into this energy by applying the wisdom, the lessons that has been learned. Okay? You don't need to constantly bump your head no more. You bumped it enough. So now it's time to apply it and do differently. Yes, honey. That's why some of them be trying to come back into y'all energy. Hell, karma is whooping that ass. Okay? But it's, once again, it's not up for you to save them. You already didn't save them. See, you have this immense amount of beauty and love and I'm telling you. So for a person to still not do better, that's on them. Like, how you come across a person that's good and you cause them to cry, you cause them to become hurt. I would never understand it. And see, for you intellectuals out there who just be trying to understand things, these people just don't make sense, you know? So just move forward. That's also a trauma response, trying to understand why something happened. Like, sometimes you just gotta, even if you don't know why, you just gotta accept, you know? Don't live in regret, because that's the reason why you are in the energy that you are in today, because of bumping your head, because of the lessons that has been learned. So don't live in regret, honey. If anything, have gratitude for seeing people's true colors and, you know, for going through things that has created growth. Those tears, those regrets, those burdens, needing to forgive people, that has only led you to the idle version of yourself, and you're still on this journey. You're still experiencing. I don't care if you 50, you still have a whole life ahead of you, but this time we're not going to allow 20 more years of our life to be filled with regret, to be filled with sadness, depression. No, we deserve better, and we're going to start doing more better for ourselves, because nobody else is going to do that for us. And why would you want them to, you know? Why would you want someone to be that like, what do I want to say? That source of power for you, that gives you power, that gives you this and that. No, you should want that for yourself, because therefore you won't rely on it from anybody else, and you won't need it from other people. So be that for yourself. Be the person that is financially secure, not because somebody else made it that way, but because you did that for yourself. Emotionally, mentally, spiritually, be that for yourself. A lot of times you may get into relationships because it's like a getaway from life or whatever the case may be, but that's not true. That's not what love is supposed to be, you know? So just do things differently so you can see different results. Allow change so that there can be change. But if you keep doing the same things and reconciling with people who you don't need to reconcile with, then you're going to receive the same results, which is disappointment and betrayal. So I feel like a lot of you guys are done. Okay? For sure. I do feel like a lot of you guys are done. Maybe some of you guys still need a little bit more of a push. Maybe this reading will help you finally be like, okay, yeah, I'm done. I'm ready. Exactly. Y'all have worked too hard. You didn't get into this energy because people helped you. Simple. If you want to get a reading, honey, you just click the link in my bio and you scroll down to payment options. So yeah, nobody has helped you get into the space that you have come into. A 3-card spread is $25. 6-card spread is $35, and a 8-card spread with oracles is $50, honey. And questions are $777. But yeah, that's pretty much what I'm seeing. So they didn't woke the feminine up. They didn't woke the self-worth up. They didn't woke the integration of attracting you to your soulmate and attracting you into this best version of yourself. They didn't woke up the version of you that's compassionate to yourself, not just others, nurturing to yourself, not just others. They didn't woke this up. That's why I like that Ariana Grande song, Thank You, Next. Because thank you, boo-boo. Which we never given them credit for any damn thing. But really, It's just, thank you. You hurt me so much to the point to where I'm fed up. You hurt me and you showed me things that I needed to see because I didn't see it before. I didn't know it existed. Because a lot of y'all are deceivers. How did you not know that you could become cheated on in the world? I didn't know that a lot of things existed until it happened to me. Okay? I'm telling you right now. So, but that can even be dealing with generational curses type stuff, because a lot of people in your own family, they don't speak on certain things. They don't speak on being sexually abused because it's being hidden, because a lot of times it comes from within their own family. You know? No. That's why you guys are now, it may have hurt it, yes. And I hate that you experienced a lot of things that you did. But know that you, amongst other people in the world, are making the world a better place. Especially when you bring kids into the world. Because now that you've broken generational curses, your kids won't have to. So that means your kids not going to be bullying people. You know how you was bullied in school? That affected you so much. I'm telling you. You know how you was cheated on? Your kids not going to... I'm telling you now. Thank you so much for the shares and the follows and the likes and the gifts and the support. So you guys, I promise you, it may have hurt. It may have, but it's over with now. This is the year of completion. You're completing a lot of things. You're wrapping it up. You're wrapping up a lot of things. A lot of people got to go. A lot of people has gone. They want to come back. They miss you. A lot of people are pulling on your energy. But that's why we're doing cord cutting rituals, because nope. That's why we leaving people in the past, because no. You ain't about to get into my legacy, honey. That's like a generational curse breaker dealing with somebody who can't break generational curses. No, it's not going to happen. No. So thank God for you, a person like you, because it's not, child, this world is so filled with the opposite. So you're, like I said, you're important and you're a blessing to the world. And when you have kids in this world, you won't follow in the same footsteps as mommy and daddy, guardian. So half of y'all pretty much raised yourselves at this point, because when you based off other people raising you, you were raised on religion, you were raised on this, you were raised on other people's beliefs that really weren't even factual. But now, since you coming into your own knowing what works for you, what resonates for you, what's not lies and manipulation, now you see things clearly that people was trying to avoid you from seeing. That's why I don't be blaming the parent or guardians, because they were just misled like you were from their parent and guardian. And then those individuals, their parent and guardians, So it's just a cycle. So it ends with you. And when you create that I'm telling you, all of us, you will be coming into a power couple union. Ain't no bare minimum. Ain't no one person is the emotional intelligent one while I have to train the other one. No, we're not doing that. Let the bombs be with the bombs. Let the chosen ones be with the chosen ones. Let the gods be with the goddesses. Nothing else. And that's what's going to happen, because y'all put y'all foot down. Y'all like, I'm not dealing with this. I don't deserve this. I want better for myself. Period. Some of you guys had to bump yourself to the point to where you just had to get fed up and say, you know what? And that's what it is. So yeah, some of y'all are going to be meeting people, collaborating on things that you're meant to connect with, romantically as well, whenever you're ready for that. Because right now, for a lot of you guys, romance isn't really the focus, because it's not important. It's cool to have, especially a person that knows what love is. But for right now, you need to give that to yourself. It's only right that you at least give yourself the love that you didn't receive from people. And to receive it from another person. But first, let's just enjoy our own energy, okay? Being free, doing whatever you want, getting whatever you want, living the life you want, not worrying about love, and then next thing you know, it fall right into your lap. You ain't even realize it. Yeah, don't continue the cycle, honey. Don't continue. See, some people, they just didn't see things, and some people, they did see things, but they just didn't have the self-esteem or the love or whatever the case may be. But we're not validating anything. We're not making excuses for people, because you did it. You had trauma just like everybody else, and you still was a good person. So, but I just say that because we don't want to put the blame on anybody, you know? And that's fine. We're not going to do that, but people going to take accountability. That's what they are going to do. Yeah, we got secret and grandparents. You know what I'm saying? See, some of y'all grandparents full of crap. Trapped. Some of y'all grandparents got these outdated mindsets and thinking, and some people are just too far gone, honey. Too far gone. Hi. Hello. Money. It's always about money. That's what I'm saying. Look, it's always money, but when this message pertains to you, you're on a road to success. You're on a road to prosperity, abundance. You're experiencing this death and rebirth. So you're coming into a new way of living. You're seeing things differently. The world that you once envisioned and lived in, it's just not the same. Because at first you felt like you viewed it from a childlike sense. And children are innocent. You know what I'm saying? And now that you went through a lot of things in your life and you've experienced these death and rebirths, now it's just different. You don't walk that same path. You don't live the same. You don't think the same. It's just different. But at least something has woken you up. Okay, something has really woken you up. And I remember that I had channeled this energy of, like, you feeling sadness, you feeling pain, you feeling any of these things, at least you know that you're alive. You know, because I remember it was a time where I could not feel my emotions. I couldn't even feel that I existed in the world, honey, because I was so numb. I was trying to go touch the wall, touch the bricks. I couldn't feel nothing. It was the craziest thing ever. I was praying for my emotions to come back. Before, I probably was praying for them to leave because I went through so much in my life. And it was just a sad, sad time. But I remember I had to pray for them feelings back, honey. But yeah, at least you know you're alive, you know? And a lot of times people are like, well, they don't want to be alive anymore. Now, how you let somebody turn you into this person that don't want to be alive anymore? You gotta refocus back on the self-care. Because as a child, you were bubbly. You had confidence until somebody made you dim your light. Maybe it was a person at school. Maybe it was your own family members. But now you know how to tend to your children because you were a child once before and you felt a certain way. And so now some of y'all probably gonna do home births now. Some of y'all probably gonna do homeschooling now. Some of y'all probably gonna teach if you do public school, you probably gonna teach your kids certain things so that they don't become hindered while they go into public school. You're just gonna teach things in a way that wasn't taught to you. Speak on things in a way that wasn't spoken to you. That's breaking the generational curses. Ain't no more silence when it needs to be spoken about. Ain't no more secrets. Ain't no more, nope. Ain't no more filling your kids' mind, body, and soul with trash. So some of y'all probably even gonna be getting into different foods and stuff. Like, you're gonna start doing plant-based. Especially after coming into realization that the food that you eat on a daily wasn't even really good for you. Now all of a sudden it's been 18 years and you just so used to eating all this bad food, and people wonder why they got diabetes. They wonder why they getting cancer. They wonder why they got parasites in their body. Now when people who are just as awoken as you and they come in here and they spilling the beans, now people mad because now the hospital's not gonna make no money because now we know how to heal without them. You know, they not even really healing you for real. And they telling you that it's not even cures to certain things when we clearly know, come on now, why would there not be a cure to these things? God wants you to have all things. God wants you to live an amazing life. So why, if you have the means to get something, that you can't get rid of it? That don't make sense. Just like you have a means to come into a life that's filled with anger, sadness, grief, etc., but you can come into a better energy. It's like a balance. So it don't make sense. But of course, it's going to make sense to you if you've been programmed to believe in certain things and to think a certain way your whole life. So when you wake up, you can never go back to being blinded again. So some things just won't make sense to you. Some people just won't make sense to you. They just won't align with you. And that's totally fine. But don't fight that. Do not fight that. Okay. The reason why you see certain messages in here, like death and like other stuff like that, is because this is a true crime deck. So it talks about like crimes and stuff like that. But sometimes I use them when I'm not talking about crimes. The woods, the forest, the nature could be very significant. Some of y'all didn't fell off the face of earth. Like, people don't know if you alive, if you know. That's how serious you are when it came to cutting people out your life. They literally don't know anything that's going on. Yeah, y'all taking y'all power back. Confirm track of poison. Okay. You see this, right? This is coming out. Now, if you know that something is addictive to you, something is causing you harm, whether it's substances, people, foods, or whatever the case may be, you're being encouraged to separate yourself from it. A lot of you guys, this is so close to you that it may be in your home, around the corner, in the neighborhood, like very easy access. But I feel like, ooh, and I'm even getting this energy that a lot of these things were just passed down, because especially with grandparents here, it was just passed down unhealthy attachments or energies, or I'm looking for the word that I'm trying to say. I've been having a hard time with my cognitive processes, my hippocampus, which is just the memory, because my brain tried to protect me from a lot of things that I've experienced. So a lot of times when I try to recall things, it's just so hard for me to do. When I try to remember things, it's just so hard to recall. So sometimes I be forgetting certain things when I'm trying to say. So I can't even really think of the point I was trying to make, but be mindful of people that's around you. That's like, these things, you may have access to these things, but I feel like you guys are building up this like, you're tough, you're strong. So even though it may be near you, around you, it doesn't have power over you. It had power over the people that surround you. It had power over the people who raised you or raised your parents, but it doesn't have power over you. So whatever you're being called to let go of, know that you have the strength to let go of it permanently. Okay, and then I'm seeing life insurance. Ooh-wee. What's going on with life insurance? What's going on with life insurance? Some of you guys, there was probably a death that happened. You was supposed to get some type of life insurance, or maybe you're going to be getting life insurance. But if this was something, for those of you who went through something that was like foul play, right? Like somebody tried to steal your inheritance or something, there's a light at the end of the tunnel for you when it comes to this. Yeah, somebody was being greedy. So maybe somebody tried to steal your inheritance. Yeah, they getting karma. They gotta pay off some debt. Some of y'all may even be in debt and you're not supposed to. See, if you would have got what was rightfully yours, you would have been able to pay off these debts. But people over here, they're stealing money from you. They're stealing inheritance from you. But I promise you, they're gonna have to pay all that back and then some. And some people probably could have passed away. Yeah, some people were literally meeting up. We got spouse or partner here. Literally meeting up. Wow. Yeah, see. Legal proceedings. It's giving fraudulent. Somebody, and it's crazy because it's the people that's closest to you. It ain't like it's strangers who trying to steal strangers who trying to steal your freaking, what's that called? I can't think. But it's more like people who you know, who's close to home. Whoever passed away, their spouse is significant, or their partner is significant, or maybe your spouse or partner is significant. And it's like these people were meeting up. This is a collective. Meeting up with people. Some of these people are going to court. Some of these people probably went to court to get some type of money. Somebody is putting a person that passed away in debt. Somebody could have also did some type of foul play on a person so they could get their life insurance money. Yeah, it's getting weird because look what was here. I'm getting the energy that when somebody did something, it was like they were like a you know how they say serial killer or whatever. It was like somebody had like a a passion for crime. Hoo-wee, honey. A caregiver is significant. Whether you work in the caregiving business or whether this was somebody who was taking care of somebody. Maybe somebody told them, yeah, I'm going to take care of you. I got you. It's just weird. You see how this took a whole turn? You see how many people in your life, romantically, platonically, your home life, people just keep doing you wrong. Like, they try to steal from you. They try to put you in debt. They try to commit foul play against people who you love. Something about life insurance is very significant, honey. What's going on with this life insurance thing? Look, it says more money, best possible outcome. See, people were just being greedy. That's literally what it is. You had people, friends of family, and probably friends that you didn't really know about. You know how there's friends of family, so you know of them, but it's also talking about people who you probably didn't even really know like that, who was also in the midst of this scandal or whatever this is that's going on. Somebody could not wait to get their hands on some type of money. You see how greedy the world is, and it's crazy because you be right in the lion's den. People literally be preying on you, and you don't even be knowing because you such this loving person who can't fathom people doing certain things. So that don't even be existing to you until it happens and until you realize, damn, people like this. Is really people out here who exist like this? Somebody could have been feeling trapped, and I was seeing a boat, but I was seeing the canoe boat though. And you know, in a canoe, it's small as a bitch. So it's like when I seen that trapped energy, it's like somebody probably literally felt like they had nowhere to go or they couldn't get out of a situation. And then I'm feeling like this anxiety energy, so maybe somebody could have really been scared of their life. Yeah. And then when I see inside, I'm thinking of inside job. Okay, this should be like a separate message of its own. Look, affair. Ooh wee. It took a turn, honey. So a lot of you guys, romantic connections are significant. Platonic connections, I believe I said this already. Paternal or just home life, family life is most definitely significant in your life. Anything that's owed to you will be, you will receive that. Sometimes you guys may get discouraged and feel like, oh my gosh, I'll never, you know, avenge my mom's death, or whatever happened that was foul play, or I'll never get that insurance, that whatever is owed to you, you will receive it. I'm telling you right now. Yeah, see, somebody had a partner in crime and somebody just tried to run away. You can't run from karma, babe. Yeah, you can't run. Well, you can run, but you most definitely can't hide. Yeah, honey. See, somebody created a whole storm for themselves because they was trying to manipulate the situation. They was trying to play God in a situation as well. Are you dumb? You're on a earthly plane like everybody else. You're not operating in the 5D. You're on the 3D. And you a low-level demon. So I don't know what makes you think you finna be doing any type of godly energy and like having power over certain people. You don't. Yeah. Somebody could have been in a cult before as well. You've escaped this. Wow. Maybe somebody, ooh wee. Look, cover up. Somebody tried to, I'm telling you, there was something that was organized and somebody tried to cover it up. Maybe, you know, it's like that thing, what was that movie when somebody, they had did something to somebody and they didn't want to be exposed, so they had it. Maybe that was Charmed. Y'all know the show Charmed with the 3 witches? Not the remake, but the original Charmed show. And it was something that was going on, like something had happened and they didn't want the detective to expose them because something was caught on camera or something was seen, and she was going to expose them. And so he did something to her to where people thought she was mentally crazy and like all this other stuff. So it's giving the energy that somebody tried to make it seem like somebody was crazy, or child, my brain. Oh, somebody really tried to, this was something that was very criminal, very deep, that you probably couldn't fathom if you never ever seen it happen with your eyes. You would probably be like, oh yeah, this message for somebody else. Whole time, I'm telling you, the people that you were around, they were wolves in sheep's clothing. They were people that were capable of heinous crimes, even sexual assault. Like, remember we seen perversion on there, like pervert energy. It's so disgusting to mention and to talk about. Man, the world just be so cruel, because it's like the people that they've done this to were good people, gifted people, people who were a gift to the world. Somebody tried to cover something up. It's similar to like going at a crime scene and taking something that's evidence, or having a crime scene, trying to turn a homicide into looking like a suicide. Like, it's giving something deeper than, and I feel like money is significant, an affair is significant. Got dismemberment. Secrets. Yeah. See, this is crazy right here. I don't really want to really get into this type of stuff, especially because I wasn't even done kind of concluding the first message I was talking about. But I did have to mention this because just know, no matter what somebody done to you in your life, to the people that you love, your passed over loved one, whatever the case may be, debt, they will be paying all their dues. I promise you that. Thank you for the gifts. They're not going to get away with anything. Just like how it's cricket cops in the world, and how a lot of people, when they try to get justice in the adjudication system and it don't work out for them, you can't forget spirituality, the spirit, the soul, the things that are unseen, the invisible forces that are working with you and not against you. They will not let nothing be covered up. Everybody, anything that's done in the dark will come to the light. That's really the energy. Anything that's done in the dark will come to the light, and anybody that tries to take from you, they're going to have to give that back and then some. Simple. They trying to steal inheritance. They're going to pay. I promise you, they're going to pay. You want to be greedy? Especially when it comes to chosen one energy, God already told you, touch not my anointed. So now you playing with God's people, you can't get away with that. That's the last thing you should ever do. Exactly, because you're a loyal person. So God will always support you. God will always see you as like friend, family, like that type of energy, you know, someone that's close to their heart, that they cherish, that they love. A father figure or a male or a masculine energy is significant. Children are significant, or maybe your childhood, when you were a child, or when this person was a child, especially the deceased individual. Yeah. Maybe someone passed over and they're like kind of still confused about something. I don't know how the afterlife works, but maybe somebody is not at peace. Or maybe somebody is just confused on how things went down. Like, wow, my own husband? Or wow, my own family member? Exactly. I feel like this person has forgiven them. Maybe some of y'all are the ones just confused about like a male figure or something like that. Yeah, a home situation or a literal house. Maybe somebody was supposed to get a house as well. Because, you know, inheritance don't have to just be in the form of money. Like somebody could have left you jewelry behind, a house behind. Something that was kept secret and was only supposed to be aware to like little to none people. See how greedy people is? Now that make me want to just punch somebody, like, cause why? Look at this wolf. Like, y'all were literally princess, queen, goddess energy connected to wolves. And some of y'all could tell that they were wolves because you can sense that their energy wasn't good. Maybe you seen them being abusive. Maybe you seen them as an alcoholic. Maybe you seen something, but for some reason you were still connected with these people. And maybe they came off like they had some type of human decency because they could smile and laugh and probably give you a compliment. No. It wasn't nothing innocent about these people. And see, my thing is, when you figure out that somebody is a wolf, you need to have your eyes on them at all times. Y'all not even paying attention. She looking somewhere else. The wolves be right in your energy. You be walking right into the lion's den. And you just be like, when there is literally danger that surrounds you. But see, the thing is, you're innocent and you're pure. So, of course, you're probably not going to really see things in a certain way until somebody shows you that. But that's why God was here with you every step of the way. But you see this man's eyes. He looks very evil. He looks very like, pay attention to people's eyes. You can see a lot about a person when you see their eyes. They're yellow, or they're just so, they look scary. They don't have to be yellow. They could be white and still look like a certain way. But I'm seeing somebody probably have reddish eyes, yellow eyes, or they have this certain look. It's just weird. And this could be somebody that preys on children as well. Maybe this was someone who preyed on you as a kid. And now that they see that you got all older, or whatever the case may be, this is just so weird. And this took a turn. Some of y'all are in a grieving process right now. Like you're mourning the loss of someone. But they still watch over you. See that bear hugging? It's like, especially in your moments where you're sad, where you feel alone. And from a separate message, this bear can also be you. You know what I'm saying? Hugging yourself. In the times where you have no one to hug you and to talk to you and to be that shoulder to cry on. Like a lot of times you are that for yourself. And that's so powerful to do. So strong. You're a very strong person. And I feel like you're very kind. So you need to be mindful that this world that we live in is not filled with how you've seen it as a child. It's filled with a lot of snakes. A lot of people who's just trying to get to the top. A lot of opportunists. And a lot of times this can be in the form of a man, for sure. Or it can be in the form of romantic connections, paternal, platonic, friend, business-wise. So you just got to really pay attention. I feel like that's why some of y'all went through a lot of things that you went through, because once again, the soul you have, the heart you have, you could not fathom a world that was based on criminal activity, lust, and a lot of other things. Because that's just not who you were. So that didn't exist to you until you experienced it. So be grateful for your experiences, because it wakes you up to a lot of the things that people try to keep secret, that people try to basically hide. It's a lot of people with false masks. And it almost comes off like a scary thing. Like if you just see these things here, it looks like a scary thing. I feel like you guys are so kind, even to animals, even to... If you recently, or not recently, like tried to pick up a frog or something, like... Even as a kid, you always had, you was always more like smarter than anyone ever thought that you could be. You know, it's like at 10, you was operating like 18 in the mind, you know? You are going to come into a happy marriage or a happy family dynamic, even if that's your own legacy, even if you have to create your own family in your own life. You're going to experience this because you deserve that. Your inner child deserves that. You're going to come into new relationships with people who are the opposite of the male figures that you had in your life, who were not good to you or for you, or any woman figure that was in your life. I feel like you guys are very intellectual, and you're probably in this head over heart energy right now, or we're probably talking about a person that's a head over heart individual, specifically a male. Maybe they could be 35 years or older. They don't have to be. But y'all went through like a lot of burden in your life. And the thing is, when you were going through these tough times in your life, nobody was there to save you. Nobody was there to pick you up, to make you feel better like you be doing for people. But you're going to be able to enjoy the fruits of your labor. And this doesn't have to be, oh, because you worked 9 jobs in your life. No, because of all the stuff that you've been going through day in and day out, and you still remained a good person at heart. Still trying to strive to be better. Still trying to strive to not dish out hurt or harm into the world like people were doing to you. The number 18 could be significant. 818, 13, 28, or the number 10. 10 ties to endings. Okay, we got the number 30 here, 15, and 8. So, of course, 9s are significant, 4s, and 6s. 10, 10. 10, 10, 10 is out here, too. Woo, child. Yeah, y'all completed so many things in your life, and you ended something in your life. Like, you know how you experience certain like chaotic situations in your life? Like, maybe you've experienced a shootout before. Maybe you've experienced just chaotic situations. I feel like you're putting an end to all of this because of what you're attracting, because of the energy that you're coming into, the person that you're becoming. Something about cankles, having cankles, or like something like that. That's just significant. Or maybe being like a chubby child, or bigger than what people would call average. Like, maybe you always were, like, say if you were a 6-year-old, you probably looked like you were 12. like that type of energy. Or if you were 12, you probably looked 15. Like, maybe you mentally and physically, you always just seemed ahead of your time, or older, or but yeah, if you had like a mother figure in your life, she was not possibly protected. Like, she probably was surrounded by perverted men, and I feel like she tried to protect you from this. But you can't really, like, sometimes women don't realize, or whoever don't really realize, that it be your own, the very people that you would think would not make a move on your child, or whatever the case may be. Oh, wow. I'm so sorry for your loss. I'm happy that you're in the releasing stage, because going through the grieving process could be very challenging. So I'm happy that you're still here. I'm happy that you didn't give up. Yeah, sometimes it's just all a part of the plan. You know, sometimes we don't want people to leave or to go, but sometimes it's just written for them to leave at a certain time. Maybe they've already been reincarnated, you know, or maybe you'll see them in the next life. Just give yourself enlightenment for things, you know, because a lot of the times we really don't know what the truth of something could be. Like, we don't know if truly a hell exists. We don't know if we will truly become reincarnated, you know. Sometimes it's just personal beliefs or experience. Like, maybe someone said they died before and they met God. Like, a lot of times it just comes from, you know, a lot of things in this 3D plane aren't necessarily facts. That's why there's so many beliefs in the world. But I do believe that everything, like, in reality, people really have nothing to worry about. I genuinely believe that. even if you don't really know what's to come. Wow, that's crazy. So yeah, it just shows you like what kind of spiritual gifts you have as well, for sure. Okay, let me see. Ooh. All right, yeah. So just keep having faith, you guys. If anybody would like to get on the list before I get off, then feel free to click the link in my bio. And you can send in your payment there. All right, we got attention. What else is the messages here for the collective? You just want attention. You don't want my heart. You just someone new. You just want attention. Yeah, somebody really wants y'all attention for sure, and you're not giving it to them. Keep not giving it to them, because that's your power. That's you calling your power back to you. All right, we got action, attention, the voice of the heart, vitality, and courage. So when it comes to action, okay, the root chakra could be very significant, the color red. It says, my divine action incites love and harmony. I am aware of my thoughts and driven by positive forces. I listen to my heart. My desire to manifest light transforms test into growth, challenge into opportunity, and fear into love. I like this. It also shows that you're a very, like you operate as a genuine person in life. Like you operate intentionally in life. Some of you guys need to do positive affirmations. Okay, color purple here, the crown chakra could be significant. All right, we got attention. It says, I am attentive to all that manifests within me. When negativity rises within me, I transform it into light, love, and hope. My love for others is unconditional. I forgive. My desire to improve is constant. I am firm, brave, and hardworking. So these things could literally be truths of who you are, literally. And be mindful that you're not forgiving somebody because you're accepting what you're not forgiving somebody for their own sake, but you're forgiving people for your own sake. Because if you don't have forgiveness, of course, you're just still going to be sad about something or resentful, angry. And that's not really helping you on this journey at all. Thank you, honey, for the gifts. All right, so we have the voice of the heart. I silence the fear in me and discover the voice of my heart. The fruit of these words guides me. I trust the song of my soul. My intuition leads me on the path of light. I love that. Because sometimes when you feel like you're operating from your heart space, you could be operating from a form of fear or projection. But we have vitality here. The color green or the heart chakra is very significant. Okay, it says, I am a being of light. I accept the divine energy in my body, and every one of my cells regenerates. Yes. We have courage here. I am stronger than fear and bigger than doubt. I am light, and I remain light. I trust in God and stand tall before the tests of life. I grow and become wiser through every challenge. I am a being of new life. That's very true, because I remember when I had chose to be homeless or houseless, I realized that the world really don't give two craps about you. You know, there's not a lot of good-hearted people in the world, and maybe when you become in a certain energy yourself, this can give you some type of wisdom. But like they said, I grow and become wiser through every challenge. I most definitely became grew and became wiser when I was experiencing houselessness, because it helped me realize society, and it helped me see how strong I was. And it did promote growth because I didn't remain the same, and I didn't become, I didn't like degrade, or not degrade, like descend, but I ascended, so that's the part of the growth. Oh, that's cute. But yeah, so just take heed to these messages, you guys. Trust in yourself at all times. Okay? You got this. God got you. And release any and everybody that has hurt you. Anybody who has hurt you does not deserve to be in your life, because you don't go around hurting people. All right? You always have pure intentions. So you don't deserve to connect with people who hurt you, especially when you were good to them. You got people who's trying to steal your inheritance, or something about life insurance is significant, but all debts will be paid. Nobody is getting away with anything. And be mindful that you can control the way that your life goes as well, just by the way that you think, the way that you view things, your thoughts, your actions. Okay? Remember that anything that's negative is false. Okay? And anything that doesn't serve your highest good is only a form of self-sabotage if you keep on indulging in it. Yes. Okay. Yeah, something about that could even be significant. You know how people come on here and they pretend to be like AIs and stuff? That could be very significant. Or AIs are just significant. Like I said, some of you guys are very intelligent as well. Yeah, so it's time to, you're on a new journey. You got a clean slate. It's time to write it how you want to, and know that your ships are coming in. All right? Some of you guys could be anticipating the future, or anticipating your next move, or how you're going to do something. Maybe you should create a plan before you proceed on something, so that you don't experience some type of tower moment. But your intuition will save you every time, okay? Allow your intuition to be that guide for you, okay? You're a very strong person. You've overcome a lot of things in your life, okay? Tame your passions. You're a very strong individual. You may be dealing with people who are alcoholics. So it's time to just rewrite your life. Like, you may have dealt with a lot of this, a lot of that, a lot of this, a lot of that. But now that doesn't have to be your reality anymore. And that's now in the past. So in this present moment and future, you can rewrite your life. It doesn't have to be like how it was in the past. You don't have to keep getting your heart broken. You don't have to keep aligning with people who are alcoholics and detrimental to your journey and your growth. Because now you know better. Now that you know that you can choose who you want to love, who you want to keep in your life, who you want to grow with, who you want to be surrounded by. I'm telling you. And a lot of you guys, you're going to be doing things new. See, coming into a life where there aren't any toxic people and people who suffer from addictions or whatever the case may be, that's something that's new to you. Because all you've been doing was connecting with people like this. So now you're going to be, when it comes to work, you're going to be doing new things. You're probably going to be getting into new activities, taking new approaches to things, or acting on things in a new way, or starting on something new. Even connecting with people that are new, right? And I do mean new as in it's like, you know that saying, same people, different bodies? It's like, no, you're not going to be connecting with the same people in different bodies anymore. It's like that's what that energy is giving. But of course, this is always like a choice. You know that saying where people be saying, sometimes it's not gonna fall in your lap. Like, you have to be the one to act on something or go for something or whatever the case may be. That's what it's given. So choose to be in the right people's lives and allow the right people to be in your life. Choose to get back into your passions, get back into, maybe work on something new, do something new. All right. To get back into your passions, get back into, maybe work on something new, do something new. All right. It's something about passions. You're so welcome, honey. Yeah, some of you guys are in this wounded warrior energy, but you've been so resilient. You've been so resilient. But now you're attracting somebody. See, the people who weren't in the best energy has only made you strive in a better energy, because you were already initially in a great energy, in a good energy, but they made you become even more into this energy. It's crazy, because how could you be even more into the energy that you're naturally in? But I don't know how to explain it, but that's the message that I'm picking up on. Like, you may not have received people that were good for you, but the people who weren't good for you has made you want to continue to be a good person and remain a good person. Not even by choice, almost. It's just by nature. It's just, I don't even know how to explain what I'm picking up on, but say hello to your new life and say goodbye to the old one. The only thing that you took from you from the past is being tired. So from all your experiences in today's time, you may feel drained of energy. You may feel tired. Some of y'all may feel like there's still something to come. Like, maybe you still feel like you need to prepare for some type of battle. But you can rest, you can relax, warrior. You're like in this wounded warrior energy, and you're still going. You're still here. You're still pushing through. Very, very, very strong individual. Very emotionally intelligent, a person that could be an advisor, a person that's very trustworthy. You could give great advice. Maybe you're going to be attracting someone that's a mentor, or whatever the case may be. Maybe some of you guys are going to be, maybe you're a person that is interested in like emotional, like maybe you're a person that's interested in psychology or like stuff like that. Like, yeah, I feel like your experience is gonna lead you into coming into some type of work. Like, say if you've dealt with a whole lot of things within your childhood, like some of you guys are gonna be like having careers that's based on serving like children or whatever the case may be, just because once before you were a child and you were going through a whole lot of things, and now with that experience behind your belt. Oh, okay. Okay. You're a social worker, counseling. Yeah. See, the thing is, y'all are very intellectual, emotionally, and mentally. Yes, and I feel like your experiences has shaped this. That's what it was. It's shaped it. Okay? Because you were already in particular energy, but it's just been shaped it and molded into a more like advanced energy. Yep. So that's where your pain is doing, like the pain, the sorrows, all of this, it's just shaped and molded you into a better version of what you were already in, because you were already great. So it's just continued to shape you up into greater like energy, and now you're gonna be able to spread your wisdom across the world and to help other people find happiness and joy. So good for you. But first, this is a time for you. Give all of that energy that you've been putting out to the world and to everybody else and all the chaos you've been going through. It's time to give that to yourself. It's time to rest. It's time to relax. It's time to enjoy the fruits of your labor. And then when you're ready to tend to the world again, because a lot of you guys are just beat up, you know? You can't really, a lot of you guys are just going through it. So first you got to tend to you, mind, body, and soul. And then we can talk all about romantic counterparts and serving the world in a, or whatever the case may be. But I'm sure you know what to do. For those of you who are on a different path to where you're ready for a lover and you're ready for this and that, then maybe the message will be different for you. But what I'm picking up on is you just been through a lot, and right now it's just time to process all of those things, you know? Yeah. Some of you guys need to get into some crystals. I want to pull some crystals for you guys, but I may have to do that when I get back on here later because I'm kind of like drained myself. So I'm not gonna pull the crystals, but they are very significant for you all. Okay, so yeah, I want to pull some self-care, some positive affirmations, and some crystals, but I just don't have the energy to do so. So make sure you guys get into self-care. Determine which crystals are going to be best for you. There's so many crystals. And yeah, do your positive affirmations. If you want to get on the list and I'm no longer on live, just make sure you message me. All right, keep up with my link tree because sometimes my name may change or there are scammers or whatever the case may be. Okay, if I end the live by the time that you decide you want to get on the list, once again, you can just message me. Any and everyone can message me. All right, but thank you guys for joining in. I will see you in the next video, the next live. Yeah, there's something huge coming, and I feel like that's because of the steps that you're taking in your life, like the change that you're allowing to happen in your life. So you can feel this, like especially when you know that you cut off people that you needed to cut off, like you could feel that you're doing something right. And then imagine getting back into a person's energy. All of a sudden, you feel like you're doing something wrong. So trust in that. Trust in your instincts. Trust in yourself. I wish you the best. And thank you for joining. And I will see you again. I hope to see you again, okay? All right.